good people? How y'all doing? How y'all living out there, man? This is Legacy, the Legend, Group Therapy Entertainment, bringing you Arizona Hip Hop Battle. The band's doing what we do all day, every day. But I want to address some things because I got, some feedback from a couple of artists from the last show. First of all, I appreciate all the feedback. It's all constructive to me. I want to address most of it. Some of it I can't change some of the protocols that I put in place, but some of it can be addressed. One thing that was brought to my attention by a couple of artists is their start time. They kind of felt like that they were, I don't want to say cheated, but not given a fair shot because they started too early on the show and the crowd wasn't at its peak. First of all, let me address that. The crowd is never going to be at its peak for everyone, okay? But I do hear you about starting too early. So I did push this show back. The doors will open at 9 o'clock. Performance start time will be around 10 o'clock or 10:30. This way, everybody gets a fair shot. Everybody gets to perform in front of a nice little crowd. And I won't hear this complaint again in the near future. Secondly, one thing someone got on me about is pushing the performance times back because the headline act wanted to go on at a different time. You know what? I apologize for that. That was bad business, okay? I should not have pushed anyone's time back. I set up contracts in such a way that everyone is supposed to perform when they perform. That was bad business. I take the brunt of the responsibility for all of that. So that won't happen again, y'all. When someone is on schedule to perform at a certain time, that person will either perform at that time or not perform at all. This show, I didn't even put a headline act on the June 15th show, primarily because I wanted to address some of the time restraints, and I wanted to address basically just that issue with the headline act and the pull that a specific or any headline act will have in a complete show. It's kind of all research, man. It's like you try different things, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you go back to the drawing board and try something new. So that's all I'm doing, y'all. I'm going to keep on going to the drawing board. I appreciate you guys. But another thing someone got on me about is the judges. One of the judges knew some of the performers. Look, man, this is something I will not apologize for, okay? The day of the last show, 2 of my judges canceled on me last minute. When the doors opened, I did not even have 3 complete judges. Anyone who promotes shows and put them on knows that the hours leading up to the show become chaotic because artists start dropping out. Y'all can't perform. People start falling back. So you gotta hustle and address each situation and priority. Judges, some of the priorities that I had that day, judges were kind of close to the bottom. So when it came to finding a judge, I sent out a bunch of texts to people who I felt like would be unbiased. Most of those people could not do it, so I went default. One of the judges, he was completely unbiased, didn't know any of the talent. That's difficult to find in local hip-hop, but he is completely unbiased, didn't know any of the talent. Another judge was the DJ. Once again, always a good prospect to be a judge, something I don't apologize about. Another judge was my boy Verse. He does have connections with some of the individuals that were in the contest, but agreed to judge fairly. Look, man, when my back is against the wall, I do what has to be done. That's not something I'm going to apologize for. Some people feel like since he knew a couple of people, he probably judged unfairly. That's totally false. The person who came in third place, nobody knew. And he was 2 points away from first place. He scored very high on all the judges' cards. So, you know what? It was judged fairly. I don't feel any way about that. I don't feel bad. I don't feel happy. I feel like it went like it was supposed to win. A lot of people feel a specific way about it. So guess what? You guys who brought your concerns to me, I'll bring y'all back, man. You guys will get to do this again. You guys will get to go balls to the wall again, because I appreciate that, man. And I do want to right some of my wrongs. And, you know, I do want to have the opportunity for you all to say, hey, yo, he went out there, he made some mistakes, he fixed those mistakes. I felt like I got a fair shot. Whether I win or lose, I felt like I got a fair shot. So that's what it is, man. We doing it. I'm listening to y'all, man. I'm addressing these concerns. We handling this business. Arizona Hip Hop Battle of the Bands. This is going to be that thing in Arizona. Y'all better get on board right now, man. I promise this is going to be that thing in Arizona. So, you know, once again, Arizona Hip Hop Battle of the Bands, June 15th, this Saturday. Make sure you guys come out. I'm addressing concerns. I'm doing some things a little bit different. Next show, of course, I'm going to do some things a little bit different. Whatever doesn't work this show, I'm going to try some things next show. It's going to go until I get the right recipe to cook up the right dish. And I ain't going to make everybody happy, and that's not my intention. I don't want to make everyone happy. But overall, I want everyone to understand this is fair. This is honest. And, you know, I'm going to give my judges a breakdown, because let me tell you, you don't win from the crowd in this show. Some of my judges last time, you know, said, hey, since you didn't bring a crowd, it hurt you. No, that should never hurt you. And once again, that was one of the judges I put on last minute. So I wasn't able to give him the breakdown in depth as I did some of the judges that were supposed to be a part of the show. But this show, I'm giving all the judges the breakdown in depth. I'm telling the crowd to break down in depth. It's not about how many people you bring, period, man. It's about how you engage the audience. I've known people to get on stage with nobody rooting for them, and then by the end of the show have a ton of people rooting for them. That's what we're looking for. If you get on stage and you have no one rooting for you, and by the end of the show you have no one rooting for you, it's not our fault, man. It's not our fault. You can say whatever you want to say about the show, but that's not our fault. You should be able to engage some of the audience. That's just entertainment, bruh. So, once again, we're doing it, man. I want to see y'all there. Let's make it happen. Legacy the Legend, 2 times.